What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka All Fighters. Guys, I apologize, I'm still very under the weather. If I cough or crack or wheeze during this video, this is take like number 20. I'm just going with it. It is what it is at this point. I hope wherever you guys are, you're feeling great and not anything like this. But we got a huge reveal directly from Vincent D'Onofrio himself. In the last 2 weeks, both him and Daredevil have joined the MCU. And there hasn't been enough time for backstory to explain which versions of the characters we're watching, and of course no official word from Kevin Feige or Marvel whether these are soft reboots of the characters with the same actors or the same characters we saw from the Netflix shows. Well, as it turns out, Vincent D'Onofrio shed light on all of that, explained what was going on when he was filming, what he thinks about the character, and what Marvel and him kind of decided as a whole while they were working on the project. And I think you guys are going to be very excited to hear these are the same versions returning. We're breaking down everything in his most recent quotes about just that, the Netflix characters being rebooted in the MCU. But first, if you could consider hitting the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, recaps, and interviews, all the way over to the anonymous 4chan plot leak, industry insider scoops, and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, consider hitting the subscribe button, leaving a comment down below. That'll automatically enter you to win all of the giveaways here at the channel, like the PlayStation 5 we're giving away at 920,000 subscribers. All you have to do, again, be a subscriber, leave a comment down below. If you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So this broke in the last 2 hours over at cinemablend.com under the headline, Hawkeye's Vincent D'Onofrio explains MCU Kingpin's Daredevil connections. Eric Swan, the guy doing the interview, went on to ask him about just that, and he wrote, "Some may assume that this is a variant of the antagonist. However, when I spoke with Vincent D'Onofrio, he provided a clear answer as to whether this is the exact antagonist from the original Daredevil series." This is what he said, quote, "It's the same character." Yeah, I mean, the way we saw it on Hawkeye, or what I ended up believing, is there are as many dots connected as we can possibly connect. And some are just impossible to connect. But I think it's the same as a lot of the MCU stuff that's done, that Kevin does. It's all incredible filmmakers, you know, and they try to connect to the original stuff as much as they can. But then there are dots that just can't be connected. And I think we tried to do the same thing with connecting Daredevil to, or Hawkeye to Daredevil and Daredevil to Hawkeye. You know, it's just like that. He went on to say, quote, "I mean, obviously my character in Hawkeye is physically stronger and can take a lot more physical abuse. But my approach to him is exactly the same approach that I did on Daredevil. He's an emotional human being. He's a child and a monster simultaneously. The same things that are going on inside of me when I'm playing the character, the events that I use, whether the joyful ones or the sad ones, frustrating ones or angry ones, the events that I use for my life are the same ones that I used in Daredevil to portray Fisk. So it's connected, for sure. In my mind, for sure. It has always been established to me that after the blip, that he had lost power that he had back in Daredevil, and he wants it back. In Hawkeye, he considers that he's lost a bit of control in the city, and he wants his city back." Now, I think for a lot of fans, this is going to be awesome to hear because it's that original Daredevil series that endeared us to these two characters in the first place. A lot of us had assumed maybe these were just variants, same actors, same characters, just in a different part of the multiverse. We hadn't seen any of their backstory, but we've heard rumors that some of the other characters in those shows are going to return as well, and I really like this approach. Just do the best you can. Use pieces of the stories where they make sense for the MCU, forget pieces of the stories where they don't, and I don't think there's a lot of people 3 years, 4 years from now who are going to go back, watch those Netflix shows and say, hey, there's continuities error here, they didn't really make sense. Everyone's just going to watch the MCU going forward. It's undeniable we're going to see Kingpin again in the upcoming Maya series. If you missed our video breaking down the finale I did yesterday, I'll link at the end of this. We explain that indeed, Kingpin is not dead and gone. Again, if you want the full explanation of what happened in the comics, you can go check that video, but he'll be back around in the Echo series, and there's even rumors now coming from some of the people involved with the project. They were going to try to work a quick Daredevil cameo into Hawkeye as well. As it was, I think that finale suffered from a lot of problems. Act 1 and 2 were awesome, but the episode as a whole was one of the weakest episodes out of the 6. I really loved episodes 1 through 5. I felt like the finale came off the tracks. I'm glad they didn't try to just shoehorn another cameo in there for no sense. And I've seen other people say this, and I think it's true. There just wasn't enough back time, back dialogue, and back time in events to establish some of the emotional connections between Kazi and Maya, between Maya and Kingpin. They needed more time for those characters, and that's why I felt like the finale went a little off the rails there. But Regardless, now that we're getting those characters back, and we can confirm that they are loosely based on the Netflix characters, that means that there's going to be some past between Daredevil and Kingpin. When we first see them interact, it won't be their first meeting in the future of the MCU. Again, they're going to have to do some reworking here. One of the characters I wonder most about is Electro, what happened with her storyline, and Matt Murdock, and whether or not they'd want to reboot her. So I wouldn't be surprised if in the future of the MCU, they do choose to reboot some things, ignore some details, or change things to fit the congruency, whatever narrative they need going forward. Electro's a huge part of Daredevil's storyline. It feels like they might need to revisit that. However, we know that Kingpin, Daredevil, any of the other characters we may see from the Netflix shows, namely Jon Bernthal's Punisher, should be the same iterations. That's going to make fans super, super pleased. But guys, let me know all your thoughts down below. How do you feel about it down in the comments? Did you think these were going to be the same characters? Do you like that they're doing this? I do, because I really like the Netflix shows. So, okay, I don't like all the Netflix shows. You know which ones are not good, but the Daredevil show is one of the best, the Punisher show as well, so I'm super hyped for it. Guys, let me know all your thoughts down below quickly. Let's jump into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Alright, so we revamped the giveaways here at the channel. We are giving away PlayStation 5s every 20,000 subscribers, all the way up to 1 million. So the next one's at 920,000, then 940, 960, 980, 1 million, and we are almost to the 920 already. We should be at 914 by the end of today. So if you want to be entered to win or for any of the future giveaways here at the channel, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on, and as always, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under the name All Fires. That being said, I'm just going to run one of my tracks for the rest of the video and cut this short. I feel like death warmed over. I'm going to take my ass back to bed. I love you guys. Be safe while you're traveling. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season. I'll see you tomorrow.